not a drinker. But tonight's film made me need to.
Things, a horrifying sensation that'll rip apart your soul.
Things. If you were to take a drink of every time something cheesy cliche would happen in this movie, you would end up with alcohol poisoning. Things from 1989 is exactly that. Just a bunch of things. So we follow these gentlemen going into a wooded area to go to a cabin. Horror cliche number 1. They find a tape recorder in the freezer that is speaking demonically. And then a bunch of weird crap ensues. So, honestly, I do have a special place for this shitty movie in my horror heart. Even though it's so cringy, I still think Winter Beast is a step up from this monstrosity. Things is just way, way, way down there. But what did I write on my notes? Okay. Oh dear. How I would describe this movie is basically just a bunch of guys getting drunk and tripping balls. That would be a much better plot summary of this film. It is so bad, yet deserves to be a part of the dweeby horror community. The monsters are hilarious. They look like, like old-fashioned dinner rolls. If you put like 3 of them like this big together, giant dinner rolls with like aluminum foil teeth, you got your things. It's kind of hard to know who's who. You don't really know a lot of character names. They're shouting them, but you really can't follow who's who. There's one guy whose wife is sick. Her name is Susan. We know Susan. Woo! Yay for Susan. But other than that, we know that she's sick in bed, and he gives her this experimental drug by this weird-ass doctor who just is experimenting, apparently. I do have to say, there are really great cheesy effects in this, and that's probably why I have such a little bit of a heart for this movie. Not so much the acting. The acting actually makes me want to punch a panda. It's really bad. It is so awful, and most of the time they're just in there going yeah, it's really bad, and half the time you don't understand the jokes either. The sound is kind of muffled. There's they use tarps as curtains for this cabin, which is hilarious. Hey, I'm all for using anything you need to on a budget to make something, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the cheese value is just chef's kiss. There are some random torture scenes in here, but that's where the cool corpsing special effects comes in. Like, there's this hand, and it's all gruesome and gritty, and it looks very well done. So I paid attention to that a lot, and this movie's actually one of the movies that I saw when I was younger that actually got me messing around with prop making. So props to Things for that. There's this one scene where a man eats a moth in a sandwich. The one guy who I guess owns the house is like, why didn't you guys bring food? And apparently this guy lives in this cabin with his wife, and they don't buy food. They just wait for their guests to bring it. Like normal people do. And so they make these, it looks like bread sandwiches. I don't see anything in between them. And this guy kills a moth and puts it on it, feeds it to the other guy, and he's like, it's my special ingredient. Something like that. It's really bizarre. The gore is actually not bad. Still cheesy, but not bad. There is a funny scene where it's like they're describing what's going on instead of actually having a script. Like, there's a scene where the dog dies. Sorry, spoiler alert, but there's really no way to spoil this movie. I could literally sit here and talk scene by scene and you'd still not understand it, and then you can go watch it and you'd still not understand it because that's things. Scene where the dog dies and the guy's like, cute, dead, bloody dead dog or something like that, and it's like, are you narrating or is this a conversation you're having with yourself? What is going on? We don't know. All I know is this movie is complete trash, but it's good trash, and it should be in your horror library. If it's not in your horror library, there's something wrong with you. Or maybe I had too many of these to put it in my horror library. But I'm telling you, it made me... I don't ever drink anything. You can ask Chris, you can ask anybody. It's just... whew. I had to rewatch the ending just so I could get ready for this review, and I'm still lost. But we see a lot of weird scenes where like they're fighting each other and they're like fist fighting and throwing each other up against the walls, and then it like cuts and then it's like they redo it again, and the editing is so choppy and so bizarre. It's definitely something to watch when you are having a really bad day and you just need something to take your mind off of everything. Things is better than therapy, because you can sit there and be like, at least I'm not these guys. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what the hell they're on, but at least I'm not them, because it's just completely out there and mad. And now I'm actually wondering, I'm trying to, in my mind, younger self, why did you love this movie so much? Why did you watch it on repeat? Because me now, oh, no. Nope. Can't do it. Younger Mercy had the patience, I suppose, to do it, but my guess is that it had to do with the special effects and the corpsing and the props and stuff like that, because it was really interesting to see, and it's something that you can do when on a budget, which, you know, that's always a good thing. No matter how much money you have, doing things on budget is freaking... One thing I do love is the little horror cliches. I know I complained about them in the beginning of the video, but the little nods to bigger horror movies, Cabin in the Woods, Tape Recorder. There's this scene where he's reading Aleister Crowley's book on how he killed people, and he's like, oh my god, it's disgusting! Ah! I mean, me acting that out isn't really much better than what they actually do in the movie. If you want to check this movie out, it's on Tubi or Shudder if you have Shudder. I do not suggest making it a drinking game. I do suggest Spookyfam takes the time to watch it and tell me how far you got into it. I want to see how long. Did you guys make it to the end? Did you guys turn off after 5 minutes? I want to know. It's the Things Challenge. I want to know how far you got into this movie. The ending is kind of weird. They're like running and the music's bizarre and you don't know what the hell's going on, and I can't even put together the proper words for a review for this Chamber of Horrors. I'm still stunned that I rewatched that sober. You know what? I'm wondering if younger me wasn't a little devil's lettuce. Maybe that's why I had more patience back then. Guys, Things is just, it's making me speechless, honestly. I'm trying so hard. So yeah. If you are the weird kid and you grew into the weird adult, please don't forget to subscribe to become a member of the Spookyfam. And I am getting on track with my uploads, so bear with me. They're coming. We have Cursed Films that is coming next Thursday. We're finishing up research this week for episode 1. As I told you, we'll be doing 3 episodes for cursed films, so if you don't see the poll right away, don't panic. I'm still going to do the polls after we're done episode 3. There's just too much to put in one episode. True Horrors is coming on Tuesday. We have a really creepy true horror case, or true crime case for True Horrors on Tuesday. It's pretty messed up. It took a double take to read through my research and my notes to, so stay tuned for that. And follow all my social media. My website's up. Thanks, Dark Mage 4 Productions. Another cheers to that. And I'm gonna go question my life choices now after watching Things. Stay spooky, stay weird, watch Things, and let me know down below how far you made it into the movie. I want to know. I'm curious. Peace out.
He's dead. I know he's dead.